You ready for the hook?
I'm ready for the hook. What are we doing today?
Alright, stay there. Welcome back to the vlog! Okay. So I just got a coffee.
Yay.
Don't do that. Okay, so what you do is you get your espresso. You wanna smell it? You don't like coffee.
It smells good.
Get you some Jack's tummy ache milk.
Facts.
And just load it on up. And then load it on up with some of that.
A raw milk latte.
Exactly. Oh, shit. It's Monday. I gotta start my day with Bible study. Alright, I think I lost the Bible.
Oh my god.
We can skip that today. In all seriousness, welcome back to the second video here. Today's Monday. It's the start of the work week. We've got some meetings. I pushed all my meetings with my team to start no earlier than 10:30 in the morning because I like my mornings. I don't know why the 9 to 5 exists. It just seems really silly. I don't know. I feel like you need your mornings. Mornings are just so important for creativity and everything. And so I don't really want anyone on my team dreading going to bed at night because they have to wake up earlier than they please. I hope you guys are enjoying this. It's just, it is what it is. I think that's what I'm going to name it also. We're going to do maybe 8 episodes, see how they go. What's on the agenda today? I don't know. I mean, it's just going to be a regular day.
It is
again.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Oh, you might notice also Chloe's not here. I got rid of that bitch.
No, you didn't.
No, I'm just kidding. Chloe's at home, and by home I mean her parents' house, because this is a small apartment and sometimes I work from home. I had her move back to her parents' house. It's not that far away. You need space, and I think couples sometimes get into arguments if they're too close. Like, I imagine if my parents had to live in the same room 10 hours a day, they'd probably tear each other's eyes out. So yeah, a little space has been much better.
You should show them the crazy document on every single MacBook.
Oh, okay. You guys ready for this? MacBook of any sorts. So you're gonna go to folder. You're gonna type this in, /system/library/image capture, space, right there, /devices. It's gonna open this. You're gonna click virtual scanner with 2 fingers like this. Then you're gonna do show package contents. Then you're gonna open the resources folder, and then you're gonna click simple doc. Simple doc. All right, I'm not even gonna open it. You guys open it, and then comment below what you see. This is on every MacBook computer, and yeah, you guys are gonna be like, whoa, that's crazy. This changes everything. Actually, the most common response I've gotten shown people is, why is this on my Mac? This is Will Coomer, guys. He's one of our head coaches here at Tribe Inc. And he's currently, where are you now? You're in Bali, or are you in Canggu?
In Canggu, yeah. Had literally a 30-person dinner, and like 18 of the guys were Tribe guys.
Holy shit.
I saw that was crazy on your
Wait,
story.
There were 18 Tribe guys at a dinner in Bali?
Yeah. Oh, shit. This was coming Twitter, right? Yeah. That's wow. This is the new update, right?
No, this is on every Mac since 2018.
Really? Wow.
Short form team. These guys crank out the videos you guys see on Instagram. They're savages, and we're gonna talk about stuff.
I met Alfredo at Grant Cardone's office. Alfredo was an attorney for like 15 years.
All right, guys, let's have a great week. So that was all hands, where we get all the guys on the team together and just put all our hands in and go 1, 2, 3, try. And that's it. Okay, customer success. Dang, it looks like you're wearing that hat.
I know, I
Show Daniel.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, we're going to Lou. Here we go. Did you hear the new Drake song?
There's a new Drake song?
Yeah, Kim Kardashian's on it.
What?
Yeah.
Like sampled? They sampled Kim?
Yeah.
Search and rescue. Okay.
Sad pony.
Hey. Yeah.
Penny X.
I need take it from me. They don't even need to be as famous as me.
I didn't come this far just to come this far and not be happy.
Okay.
Remember that.
You didn't come this far just to come this far.
Yep. I saw it on the internet.
I don't really know how to confess my love. Really seem like I wanna test my love for you who don't know.
So this lemon's from a tree from apparently the 1800s. I posted this lemon on my Instagram story. Now I'm gonna review it. Check these out. These I got from the farmer's market. We'll have to take you guys to the farmer's market someday. Jack had asked last time about how to spot good eggs. Just look, okay. First of all, local, free range, no soy, no corn, no GMO. It's Malibu, local, has a nice little story on the back. It's clear that whoever made this made it with love. That's an important energetic ingredient. This is not the ideal cheese, but it's fine. See, like, if you kind of look at this, it's not really made with love. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but it just looks very corporate-y. There's such a difference between these two items. That's something to look at. Raw butter. Then this is also new. Elderberry jam. I guess we turn into a cooking channel. This is good. Organic celery juice.
Tell me what to do.
Okay.
Tell me what to do.
Okay.
Tell me what to do. All I know is hit the mall and see what damage I can do. I give you the world, but there's other planets too. And I need someone to be patient with me.
Lemon review. 1800 lemon. We're gonna douse the eggs. This is that good shit. This is why you can't live in Dubai. This is why it's worth living in a, I don't know how to describe LA, Hollywood bullshit, propaganda run country, because at least they have fresh food, man. Let's try it. It's good. I have to say, it's one of the best lemons I've ever had.
And just your investment with me is going to save you probably like about $11,000 to $12,000 in tax savings before you've done anything. So if I set up you a C Corp, I'm going to have the C Corp manage your S Corp holding companies. This S Corp is going to pay this C Corp $150,000.
To manage it?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
You're following me so far. Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay, so we just posted the first video. The feedback is promising. Shout out to Orietta for saying you absolutely love this. Also would love to see more content from Chloe. I'm sure that other girls would agree. Shout out to Ryan Curry. Definitely love the authentic style. Could also tell us more about your food habits as they're interesting. Well, good thing we did that in this video, right?
Yeah.
I like Arlin, keep up the good work. Yeah, drop comments below. Anything else you guys are just curious to see. That's also just motivating to see like actual comments on the videos rather than just like posting and then there's only a few comments. The more comments, the better. It feels like a conversation. Like it feels like we post a video and then you guys watch it and you say something about it and then we come back to you and we make another video and we're like, it's like a back and forth. So I got some things on my mind that you might be interested to hear about. First off, we just had Easter Sunday and we just had Passover. I have a glass bathroom door and one of my goals is read Bible, Quran, Torah. Just get well versed in all those three major religions. One thing that I'm just interested in, and I'm curious what you guys are who you're watching this, where you stand on the religious spectrum and how you were raised and also where you stand now. But one thing I was just investigating with a super open mind is the idea of biblical Christianity versus New Age Christianity. And so what's the difference? Well, biblical Christianity, also very Orthodox Christians, biblical Orthodox Christianity is probably a better way to describe it. They actually believe that the Bible is like a historical truth, that potentially the world's 6,000 years old, that Noah brought a bunch of animals on an ark, that Jesus actually rose from the dead, that there's going to be a Armageddon period and series of days of tribulations, which will then culminate in a 7-day period of the Antichrist, who will then come down on earth and many people will worship him. Other people will be extremely scared of him. And then ultimately, Jesus will actually return and defeat the Antichrist and then take all of everyone who believes in Jesus to heaven for 1,000 years. That's what biblical Christians actually believe. And I've been super open to this idea. Like when I was 19, I thought that was the most insane thing I've ever heard, but I have some pretty logical, rational friends who actually believe that. Forgive me if I'm sounding like they actually believe that, but I mean, for someone who wasn't born in that, you can imagine how that sounds kind of culty and kind of crazy. Like it just, you know, from just think about it. If you never heard of that before, doesn't that sound kind of wild? Come on. But I've been super open-minded to it, and I'm still actually open-minded to that idea. But when I talk to my friends about like New Age Christianity, which is how they would refer to it, I talk about Eckhart Tolle and how the Bible is more of like an allegorical and metaphorical text rather than like a literal factual thing that happened. And so I think about when I'm reading the Bible, where I stand still as of right now is that it's more of you learn about how to experience heaven and the kingdom of heaven here and now. I think it's actually more of a mix. Like you learn about Christ consciousness, you learn about how to experience the now, as Eckhart Tolle would say, and there's so much truth to be learned from Jesus' teachings and from the Bible itself. However, there's also truth in a lot of the commandments. Dating advice even, like don't have sex before marriage. That actually makes a lot of sense if you follow it. If you're looking for a girlfriend and you're struggling to define what a good girlfriend or wife would be, look at the Proverbs 31 definition of a wife. If you are looking for a system of morality and how to govern society, but the Bible has some good stuff on that as well. I like to think it's somewhat of a hybrid, and you also have to contextualize and realize that when the Bible was written, it was actually used in that time period for the people then, which didn't have science. Like the scientific era and the era where the Bible was written are separated. They're completely in different time periods. Like science and the modern science that we know today is completely historically separate from the time the Bible was written. So when the Bible was written, it had to account for a lot of things to help the people in the functioning society, which is why I think the real truth is looking at the words of Jesus, the teachings of Jesus, and learning from those teachings and expressing them, it being Christ-like in your actual day-to-day life. I personally, and I'm open to conversation in the comments and debate in the comments, but I personally don't really believe that there is a literal second coming of Christ where Jesus is going to ascend as man again and come down from the kingdom. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, potentially. Do I still love Jesus? Do I still love the teachings of Jesus with all my heart? Yes, absolutely. I just personally don't think the literal thing like that will happen. However, I will say that that's such a good point. Yes, if Jesus did come back, this is my question to the old biblical Orthodox Christians, is if he actually did come back in the flesh as man, what would he say differently? He's already taught, like his teachings are perfect. They're already there in the Bible, ask and it is given, love your enemies, basically love everyone, follow God 100%. The teachings are all there. I don't know. I want to hear from the Christians, the Orthodox biblical Christians, how they perceive that, because from where I'm sitting, and I'm open to being convinced, I'm definitely open to it. It's just, that's where I stand right now. That's topic number one.
That's a good section already.
That's a good section, but I have more. I have more things on my mind I think you guys would find interesting. This is dating for the high value man. Now I'm defining a high value man as a man watching this who is basically on a path, and in their mind they're very convinced that they want to make millions of dollars per year. That's a high value man. You don't have to already be making it. I'm saying you have to. It broke is a mindset and wealthy is a mindset. If you plan to become a man that is making millions a year and you're putting in the work and you're watching self-development videos and you're investing in courses and you're working your ass off, you are a high value man and you deserve a 10 female, in my opinion. Obviously, the more actual success that you've accrued in your life, the better. But I strongly believe that you deserve, a very high value woman by your side. And I think that modern dating, especially with the way the world is going, is much better if men stop participating in hookup culture and instead start focusing on, okay, I want to actually attract a partner that is my partner in life, that is the feminine power force in your life and you are the masculine power force, and together you guys become a team and you build together. And I think that's so much better than optimizing for trying to just raise your body count and hook up with as many girls as possible in college and in college parties. I think that's stupid. I think the sooner that men take that for themselves and really run with that, the better. There's a way to do it, right? So first off, you have to make the commitment to yourself that you're going to earn millions of dollars. That's kind of step number one. That just determines that you're a high value man. Step two, look at a Proverbs 31 definition of a wife. And in the Bible, maybe we could ChatGPT definition list right here. And that is your definition. And when you have that definition down, you now know a lot more of what to look for when you're dating. I remember when I was in college, I ignored the Proverbs 31 girls because I thought they were boring and they didn't put out. But as soon as I started looking for this and realizing that this is the holy grail, and that I also realized that you should actually get to know her family, and that you should respect her father, and you should communicate with her father. That as soon as I realized that, I was like, oh, this is so much more wholesome and full and long-term than going on a trip with a bunch of models and a yacht that you don't care about, or having a party and like hooking up with girls at the party. Like, that's so dumb and not fun, actually. You got to ask yourself, why can't you just be happy with one person, one woman that you actually care about? That's the question you got to ask yourself. For the ladies, it comes down to raising your standards for what you will accept in your life. Because girls are the gatekeepers of sex. Men set the intentions and everything, but women are the gatekeepers of sex. If you're a woman who's watching this and you're like, well, all the guys around me, you know, all they want to do is hook up. Don't hook up with them. Wait. This is one thing I respect a lot about Chloe. She waited. She's 22 years old. She waited until she met a guy like me who was like ready for commitment, and she didn't lower her standards. She said she'd rather be alone than, you know, participate in the whole college party scene. So that's something to really seriously consider if you're a female watching this, is what are you willing to tolerate? I saw a TikTok the other day. The girl was like, I have a standard. You got to like basically retire me. You got to give me a ring and a wedding date, or else I won't date you. And I'm like, power to her. A man's job is to solve his woman's problems. And, you know, you as a woman set your price tag. Now you have to be realistic with it. Obviously men, they have certain standards. Obviously beauty is something that's important. But if you're generally working as a female to get in shape, if you're working toward that, and if you're, you know, a Proverbs 31 definition of a wife, you're going to be able to attract a high value man. If you make his life amazing, he's going to want to have you in it. And also, I think I'll mention lastly on the woman's note, there's a quote: women are tested when their man has nothing. Men are tested when they have everything. If you're a woman and you meet a guy who's younger, you know, he's not going to be as wealthy as he is when he's 35, 40, 50. But when he turns that age, if you were loyal to him when he was young, now it's time to test his loyalty, and he will be loyal to you if you stuck with him when he was broke and you helped him and you assisted him and you supported him. Now, last thing, is it possible to save the West? I think if we don't do the last thing I just talked about, then it's not possible to save the West. If we also don't do the previous thing I was talking about, which is like learning about religion, learning how to structure a society and create families and be people that follow a higher power and that submit to the higher power, there's no chance in any way whatsoever that even if the US does fall, that you'll be able to stand a chance at migrating your family or migrating yourself or deserving to survive. So first of all, yes, I think the US could fall at some point. I don't think it's going to happen as quickly as red pill mainstream media thinks. Just from the research that I've been doing recently, it actually seems like the US dollar is going to last a bit longer unless there's some sort of crazy another world event where everything just like an earthquake flips all of a sudden, but that's super unlikely. I think the dollar is probably going to last a lot longer, could even last a whole nother several decades. So, but you never know. But is it possible to save the West? Yes, I think if you're a girl doing OnlyFans, I strongly suggest that you maybe do a month or two left. You save up as much money as possible, and then you look for a man to partner with. This is another thing I don't think girls understand, is that OnlyFans is polluting the minds of young boys. Same with porn. It's polluting the minds of young boys, and it's actually causing the problem of guys not, and everyone's obviously liable in some way and accountable in some way, but porn and OnlyFans is corrupting the minds of young men, and it's making them obsessed with girls' bodies and not obsessed with girls' values. And when guys are obsessed with girls' bodies, then they don't look at the girls' values. And I'm not saying, by the way, that, you know, a girl who does OnlyFans can't have good, you know, can't be an amazing girlfriend otherwise, can't be supportive and all that. But guys are actually consuming that. It is hurting guys' brains. It is. It's hurting their minds. If you look at like psychological operations that the military does, they will literally like go to a country that they're invading. They'll put porn posters everywhere. They'll put porn signs everywhere. And because that weakens men. Women don't understand how powerful their body is as a female. A female body can weaken a man if they're over sexualized. I strongly do believe that this is one of the reasons that, you know, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, these Islamic countries are successful nowadays, is because they don't over sexualize the women. Now, obviously many women in the West would say, yeah, but they're, you know, I want to be sexually free and men should just keep it tucked in, whatever. And, you know, they would say that Islamic women are suffering, but you can't deny that in a society where women are more modest and women are less showing their boobs everywhere on the internet, that it's just better for the society as a whole. So yeah, and that also goes back to like Christianity, you know, being modest and submitting to a higher power and all of that. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully that was a lot right there. I don't know where that really came from. I guess I channeled it out for you guys, but I was motivated by the comments. If you have comments and you want to share your opinion, make a YouTube channel and comment below. Let us know what you thought of this video. See you in the next one. Season 1, episode 2 out. It is what it is.
Tell me what to do.
Okay.